Apologize for the technical difficulties. Hopefully we're back live now again. Guardians 2-0. Cromlin back, throwing it up. Center ice, Barr picks it up. He moves it up. Sam skates it into the zone. Takes a shot. That's stopped by the goaltender. Guardians will take a offensive zone face-off. Tava will be taking the draw. We got Barr, Simonson, Ryan. That's drawn back. Barr moves it out to the point. Over to Simonson. He moves it to O'Brien. Can't hold on to it. Guardians then throw it out of the zone. Comes out to Higgy. Higgy passes it over to Barr. Barr moves it into the center. As they battle in front of the net. Barr with it. Can't get a shot off. Puck's now back out in the middle of the ice. Higgy steps up. He starts skating into the zone. Moves around one guy. Takes a shot. Now skating around the net. Tries to wrap around. Not able to get it through. SD now coming back the other way. 2-on-1. So, nice job able to push that wide. Higgy now battling down behind the net. So that puck's oh. Patava now moving it into the offensive zone. He tries to move it over, and goalie covers. Guardians now with possession. They center the puck in front of the net. Battle on the blue line. Not able to hold. Algram then dumps it in as Amos goes in pursuit. SD still skating around the net. They throw it around the boards. SD now moving it in out of the zone. That's out. That moves through the neutral zone. Lynette then dumps it in deep. They throw it up. That comes out to Cronlin. Cronlin then throws it down in deep. As he's taken out, SD then moves it around, trying to get around behind the net. And he comes out with it. He moves around one guy. They're now coming through center ice. So they got three guys with them. Lynette back checking hard, able to pick them up, breaks that play up. Nice play. Battle now behind the net. SD with it. They're looking for a centering pass. Tries to get it through. That's broken up. That puck kicked out to the D. They go D to D. That moves out of the zone. They now got to regroup. Algram picks up the puck, moves it into the zone. He starts to skate wide. He goes around the defender, then tries to center, tries to get it through, and not able to connect. SD now coming back the other way. They're coming with speed. So that's poked away by Cronlin. Cronlin still battling on the boards, and that's thrown down. Icing's waved off. He got one wide open. He moves it over the front of the net. He takes a shot, not able to get it through. That puck's taken away. Cronlin back checking hard. He picks up that puck, looks around. That's hit the skate and moved back into the zone. SD then moving it in, trying to look for a centering pass. Swarmed by the Guardians. That kicks out to the point. They take a shot. That's a goal. Looks like it went right through the defender and in between the legs of the goalie. Now 2-1, Guardians on top. Go Guardians! Higgy with the puck, he moves it over. Olsen tries to move it up. That's picked up by Catawba. He's moving fast. He gets tied up. The battle now down in the corner. SD is trying to move it up the wall. Simonson's there trying to hold the zone. Olsen with the puck. He centers. He throws it out in front. That goes all the way in. Iggy steps up. He dumps it in down deep. O'Brien in pursuit. He's trying to tie up on the corner. SD still moving. They broke it out of the zone. They're now moving through center ice. He tries to go wide. That's broken up by Heggie. That's thrown out to the SD point. He takes a shot, not able to get it through. That's blocked as they battle on the half wall. So that's thrown out by O'Brien. Olsen now in pursuit. Can't get a stick on it. They move it cross ice. That's SD was offsides. They had to regroup. They now have it. They're skating it wide. They shoot. That's kicked out by goaltender. Puck then moves out of the zone. SD throws it back down in deep. Simonson picks it up behind the net. He's skating around. And he's tied up by the SD selects. Higgy then steps out. He ties him up behind the net, kicks the puck away. SD then picks it up, throws it out to their point. Point able to control it. Moves it to the middle. That's almost intercepted. And they throw it back in deep. He skates it, looks for a centering pass, not able to connect. Guardians then pick it up and break it out of their zone, moving it through center ice. He gets through the middle, escapes out, throws it in deep, not able to get a shot off. SD picks it up. They throw it up the sidewall. Defenseman trying to hold the zone, unable. Morvacek then moves it over to the other side of the ice. Barr picks it up and throws it to the middle. Lynette trying to get it. He gets it. He got a good opportunity here. Takes a shot. Just goes over the net. Guardians then skated high in the zone. Cuts back. Takes a shot. Just goes over. Looks like that just got a piece of the goaltender. Battle now down in the corner. Guardians come out with it. They move it over to the side. Takes a shot. That's a block. Now scrum in front of the net. Kicked out by SD. SD now starting to break it out of their zone as they move through center ice. Try to centering pass. Barr back on the back check. Ties them up. SD gets possession. Toe drag around. Moving into the zone. That moves across ice. D takes a shot. That's a block. And a goal by SD. Move it over. Lombardo had the initial save, and they were able to cash in on the rebound. Score is now 2-2. 2 minutes and 44 seconds left. That puck's intercepted by Higgy. Higgy now moving it in, taking it in wide. He shoots the puck. That goes wide. They battle in front of the net. Simonson trying to hold the zone. He throws it in deep into the corner as Guardians battle for possession. Battle on the half wall now. So he's taken down as they move it over to the center ice. Patava now has the puck. He's dancing around just outside the zone. He's trying to get it in. Guardians just throw it in deep. Patava now in pursuit. SD now moving through center ice. They move it to the middle. That's poked away by Higgy. Then bounces back the other way. Higgy hustles back and breaks that up. Olsen now coming in wide. So unable to get it to the middle. Simonson trying to hold his own. SD then gets it out. SD moves it over the far side of the ice and dump it in down deep. Simonson down behind the net, skating around, looking for a breakout pass, nothing there. Reverses it back to Higgy. Higgy back the other way. Higgy's starting to move it. He chips it up the boards. And SD throws it back down in deep into the Guardian zone. Olsen now with the puck. Tries to get it to the middle. Lynette not able to control it as a hopping puck. Guardians now offsides, have to tag up. Simonson with the puck. He reverses out. He's trying to get it down in deep. Battle now just outside the SD zone. That was a move to the center of the ice to Barr. Barr tries the backhand, just goes wide. SD then throws it. Higgy now regrouping, moves around one guy, moves around two. He's breaking into the zone with speed. He goes around one. He's got guys with him, tries to move it over, unable to connect. SD then starts to break it out of their zone. That pass goes wide. Barr goes and picks it up. So he moves it over to Higgy. Higgy starts to move it up to the middle. That's to Algram. Algram goes through one guy. Tries to get a shot off, moves it over. That's the end of the period. We're now moving into the third period. Score is tied, 2-2. We got Barr, O'Brien, and Algram out to start the third period. Algram tries to get it down in deep. Unable to. SD selects now, moving the other way. That's poked away to defenseman. Barr then picks it up. He starts to circle around. He's looking for a guy. He moves it up to center ice to Algram. Algram then moves it. He's got O'Brien behind him. He escapes out, passes it over the other side. Barr not able to get to it. Algram then pursues. That's thrown to Cronlund. Cronlund then looks, starts to skate up the ice, passes it up to Algram. Algram passes it over to O'Brien. He tries a centering pass. That's broken up by SD as they start to come back the other way. Cronlund breaks that up. Barr in pursuit as SD then throws in his zone. Picked up by Cronlund. Cronlund throws it up. Barr just unable to get to it. He pokes it through and he's checked down. No call. Cronlund then picks it up as he tries to regroup just outside of his own zone. He throws it up the ice. That goes to O'Brien. O'Brien toe drags around one. He tries to get it in down deep. Battle here on the blue line. Guardians trying to hold it in, unable. Still battling O'Brien with the puck. He moves it up to Olsen. Olsen then starts to carry it in wide. He takes a shot on net. And that's smothered by the goaltender for SD. Guardians throw it out to the point. He moves it over to Higgy. Higgy then moves it over to the center. Unable to get a shot off. SD then picks it up, tries to break it out of the zone. That hits the centerman. So he's taken down. Looks like we're going to have a penalty on the Guardians for tripping. Junior Guardians now on the penalty kill, facing off in their defensive zone. That gets a shot. That's blocked by goaltender. Moves back out to the point. Point takes a shot, unable to get it through. Guardians then trying to ice the puck out. And they're successful. They pick it up. SD trying to regroup. They move it over. Center ice. Lynette now in pursuit. He tries to break that up and is successful. SD then throws it in deep and covered up by the goaltender. That moves out to the SD point. He moves it D to D. D takes, nope, doesn't take a shot, throws it in deep. Conlon now battling in behind the net with help from Catava. That's picked up and iced by the Guardians. SD escape back into their own zone as they regroup. They start to come back the other way. That's almost intercepted. SD able to move around and get it through the neutral zone. He steps around one guy, Conlon steps up, trying to break that, unable to get it out of the zone. SD then continues to hold the zone and throws it in deep. Peggy now in pursuit behind the net into the far corner. He's able to come out with it. He still in possession. He moves it up to the wing. He's unable to hold on to it. Guardians still continue, and they throw it out. SD must regroup once again. They move it over D to D and throw it in deep, back around behind the net. Peggy then picks up with it. He passes it up to the side. That's intercepted by SD. Now there's battle in the corner as Guardians come with and able to clear the zone. SD then goes D to D on the regroup and come back in. Trying to get in wide. He's looking for a centering pass. No one there. Piggy then picks it up. Moves around one guy. Barr now picks it up, skating it back the other way through center ice. He's unable. He loses it. Can't quite control that. SD now starts coming the other way. That's kicked back to the Guardians. Now move back up. Barr pushes that guy over. And Algrim takes a shot. That's a goal. Top shelf. Goal by Algrim.
Pressure, boys. Pressure.
Pick up, Flex. Pick up.
Go black.
18.
Barr in pursuit. He's trying to get it in down deep. He gets it in, can't get it all the way. That's picked up by Algrim. He loses it. SD guy goes down. Algrim still with the puck.
Oh.
Algrim still battling, looking for some support. He gets it to the center ice. That's broken up by SD defense. Barr moves it back over the point. Piggy with the puck. He throws it in down deep. Back to Barr. Barr then, he passes it over the far D. D moving along the blue line. Barr back to Barr. Barr then centers the puck. Unable to connect. Back down to Simonson. Simonson then moves up into the zone. SD starts to come the other way. That's almost poked away by Algrim. We now have two down coming for the Sluts. He tries to get a shot, unable to get it to the net. SD now with the puck behind the net, passes it out to the point. They get a shot. Glove save. Nice save. Hava now skating it up the far side. He tried the centering pass. That almost gets through, just not able to connect. SD then takes the guy out. They move back the other way. Conlon stops at center ice. O'Brien back out of the zone. Conlon gets it in down deep into the far corner. Gwinnett tries to get to that puck, unable. SD tries to go to the far side of the ice, no one there. Still able to pick it up. Guardians battling on the blue line. O'Brien taken down.
That's the fourth time.
SD then tries to get a shot. That's broken up. That's moved out of zone. SD has to regroup. Gwinnett's in pursuit. He's able to get that as SD skates it further into their zone. And then moves it up. Goes up center ice to Cromlin. Cromlin now with the puck. He tries to move it up to the net, but that puck's intercepted. He still stays with it, tries to get it. Guardians unable to get it in deep. Battle here on the far blue line. Gwinnett battling here on the sidewall. Gwinnett comes back with it. He goes around one guy. He's now going in wide. Tries to move to the middle, unable to. SD now coming back the other way, moves it into the middle of the ice. They come through center ice. That's broken up by the defenseman. Puck goes down in the far corner. Guardians then throw it out of the zone. It's going to be no icing. SD picks it up in their own zone, starts to skate it around the net. They pass it over far side of the ice. So Barr on him, trying to break that up. He's got him tied up. Guardians trying to get that puck out of there. SD comes out with it and throws it up the ice. SD now skates it into the far corner. Two Guardians on him. As Guardians come out with it and start to move up the ice. So we got two with him. He's unable to get around him, broke it up. SD comes back the other way. SD gets a good bounce as they come back through center ice, try to move it to the middle. That's almost intercepted. Now regrouped by Higgy. Higgy then circles around. Let's pass up to Barr. Barr then looks to the other side, far side of the ice. He whiffs. Catawba now moving through the middle. Higgy tries to hold the zone. Just comes out. Battle now just outside the blue line here. Guardians trying to come out with it. And that comes back to the D. Higgy with it. He goes D to D. D moves it up to Olsen. Olsen tries to chip it in, but doesn't get much on it. That comes back the other way. Now SD with speed through center ice. Cromlin in pursuit. He's on him tight. Pokes that puck away. Barr right there with him. He's looking for the puck. Tava now with the puck. Barr able to stay on side. Tava moves it around one defender, moves it into the middle. Just hits a skate, not able to get through. SD now coming back the other way. That's broken up on the blue line. They're unable to clear. Amos circles around, then throws it in deep. Barr now moving in behind the net. Over into the corner. SD throws it up the middle of the ice to Cromlin. Cromlin now regroups. Cromlin bounces it off the sidewall. As Catawba then tries to pick it up. Unable to. Looks like we're going to have another tripping penalty on the Guardians.
That was pretty weak. Stand the feet.
SD tries to take a shot. That's broken up by the Guardians. SD then moves it around. He escapes away from O'Brien. Another escape move. He moves it over to the other D. D starts skating up the middle of the ice. He's able to get through two defenders, takes a shot. That's pushed away by the goaltender. That moves out to the point. They throw it on net. That goes wide. Higgy now picks up the puck. He moves it up, trying to chip it out. SD hit it and throw it in deep. They get it into the top of the slot. Drop it back to the defenseman. He wasn't quite ready for it. Guardians still unable to clear the zone. Finally, they're able to get it out. SD then tries to regroup. They get out of the zone and come back in. So that's going to be another penalty on Algram. They move it into the middle. That's a whistle. SD Flex will now have a 5-on-3 power play as the Guardians will try to fight this off. That's cleared out by Cromlin all the way down the other end of the ice. SD back in pursuit. They move across ice in front of their own net, then move it up. Now coming in wide, moving in the middle of the ice. Cromlin able to break that up, and then poked out by Olsen. Correction, look at that. SD then moving it through center ice. Moves it around one guy. Now breaking to the net, takes a shot. That's blocked away by goaltender. Another shot on that. That's tipped. Scramble in front of the net and able to clear out to the side. That's poked away by Cromwell. That'll clear the zone. They got to regroup. Nearly intercepted by Catawba. If he would have got that, he would have been gone. SD now with a shot. That's tipped and a goal. SD trying to get it down in deep. They come out with it. Heggie down in pursuit. He lays down trying to poke it out. They're not able to get it to center ice. He circles around, moves it out to the point. That's poked out by Brantley. We now got a 2-on-1. He tries to move around one. That's broken up by the defender. Bar now behind the net. He tries the center. Gets through the net, comes out the D shot. Kick saved by goaltender. SD now trying to move the other way, unable to get it out of their own zone. That comes out the Bar. Now battling down in the corner. Still battling down in the corner. That comes out to Higgy. Higgy moves it to the net. He moves it over to the other D. He takes a shot, goes wide. Bar now over to the half wall trying to pick it up. He throws it into the middle of the ice. Picked up by Catawba. Catawba trying to get it. Now back to Bar. Bar able to get it in deep. That's kicked around. Picked up by Catawba. Then moves down to Bar. Bar moves around one guy in the corner, escapes out, then moves down to Higgy. Higgy starts to walk around, walks around one guy, tries to get it to the middle of the net. That's broke up, kicked back to the corner. Bar now is trying to battle for the puck. He's taken down. Catawba in to help. That comes out to Higgy. Higgy steps up. He's able to hold the zone. Bar now battling. Thrown in deep. Higgy now with the puck. Out to Bar. Bar trying to get it. Unable to find the puck. And that's moved around to the other side. Simonson now picks up the puck, centers the ice for the Catawba. Catawba tries to take a shot. Unable to connect. Higgy now moving around. He throws it up to the wing. Wing now trying to center. That's broken up by defense. SD now coming in the other way. That's pushed aside by Lombardo. Bar now into the corner, picking it up. He skates it in around net, escapes back the other way. He throws it on net, that goes wide. Picked up by Moravchuk. He's taken down, no call by officials. He moves to the center ice, tries to get a shot, kick save, moved out in front. And that's cleared out. Guardians starting to move it out of their own zone. Makes the move right on the blue line, gets it taken away. Higgy now moving through center ice. He moves it over to O'Brien. O'Brien now starts to skate it in wide. He tries to move around one. That's taken away, broken, now going the other way by SD Select. That's moved to the middle of the ice. He moves around one guy, moves around two. And now to the center of that backhand. That's a goal by SD. SD now starts to move it into their own, or into the offensive zone. Kronman with the puck. He's starting to move around. He moves it up to Algram. Algram tries to get it through and covered up by the goalie. That's a heartbreaker. Guardians worked hard. Just unable to hold it into the end of the third period. Hopefully we'll come back, regroup, and take it to them tomorrow. Thank you for watching. We're now signing off.